Okay, right back here between the eye tooth and the molar is this bicuspid. I'm just getting sort of this thing in there, and I don't know exactly what it is. I'm trying to rehabilitate these areas, but I suspect that there may be an abscess in there. And one thing that's kind of curious is, see, as it goes around the arch with this curve, the tips of the teeth all get together. That's one. Two is the way that the roof of the mouth is formed. It's formed like a dome, almost like an umbrella. So if something gets mixed in there, it can spread around fairly easily, which is also not good. So anyway, I've got this thing here. This is called an O'Herir 1-2. It's got a long tip and it's got a little scoop. So this is one thing I can use to poke around there. And basically what I have in mind is a long-term exercise to go in there and just poke around. Because I think there's something in there. I just have to figure out where. That's one. And then two is when I get in there, I pull away. Logic there is that if there is an abscess, that'll give the abscess a good opportunity to escape. The other instrument that's good to use, this is called a Furcator. It's designed to go into deep areas. It also has a little bit of a hook shape, so I can do this routine like where I get carted off to hell by the devil. That sort of pulls on the tissue, maybe enough to get the abscess to come free. So anyway, let me try that. Let me see how this works with the Furcator. I'm going to go right on the front of the bicuspid from the inside, and then what I'm going to try to do is not use that much force. I'm going to try to become one with the teeth. And there's some pain in here. The other thing I can do, I call it drain the dog. See, right here there's some pain. So why is there pain? Is it just because there's damage, or could there be some infection there? So what I do there is I just let it drip, and then just check out what's down there. Because I don't want to cause much trauma, at least not today. Right here. So, what's going on there is almost nothing, but I actually did get to a little bit of blood. When I find the blood, I focus on the area where the blood is. Okay, so I find the blood, I liberate the blood. There, got some blood. Okay, so there's some action in there. There's even some blood there. Okay, so that was productive. So it's possible, maybe that's just lonesome blood, or maybe I'm with another abscess. Now, I think that seems to be not the easiest way to get to that area. Looks like the area is more accessible from the front, and this located right up here somewhere. But if I have to get it from the back, I do. Okay, that's one. Okay, so there's something going on there. The other thing I can do is I can go in with this thing, since this goes in straight. Just like that. Let's see. Yeah, not so hard. Let's go like this, and then work it in. Right there. Just came out. Okay. Looks like maybe I do have to come from the back, but I'm not sure I want to get started. Oh, what the hell. Let's do it again. Okay, so I'm going in front of the bicuspid. I'm approaching the front of the tooth from the back. It turns out that this area I can't get very well from the front, so an unorthodox angle seems to be helpful. Okay, well, this is what I call draining the dog. I find an area where there's blood, and then I just stick the instrument in there, and whatever comes out, comes out. Now, typically, what will happen here is that it's very likely there is an abscess. But if the outer portion of the abscess, if that's swollen, then that will tend to support the inner part of the abscess. The other part is that there may be some room for curettage too, which is that's all right as well. So there's basically two ways around that. I don't want to do the curettage now. Let's just try getting in there again. Let's try coming in from this angle. And there's also the eye tooth as well. So there's a few possibilities here. Let's try the back of the eye tooth. See, pretty much all this stuff has been cleaned before, pretty extensively. So the question is, what's even deeper than that? What is deeper than deep? So anything that's like that tends to be a little hard to find. But if you're persistent, then, you might be able to find it. And then maybe a couple of years ago, it wasn't that big. A few years later, it gets a chance to grow and become more important. So, sure, this exercise to find out where something might be lurking. And then, if everything's perfectly clean, then, hey, that's great. But while you're at it, if there is something that's bad, chances are, there's a real good chance, even this isn't perfect, but there's a good chance that you'll find it. Where they say, nothing escapes the master's eye. Okay, same thing, it's the eye tooth. Okay, here. Oh, there's some blood there too. Okay, so there's blood on the eye tooth as well. Okay, so I found a little bit of blood on the eye tooth and a little bit of blood on the bicuspid. Not much, not easy to get to, but both of those are signs that there may be something going on in there. So different ways to approach it. I could work on some curettage, possibly. Maybe there's more going on. Where they say there's smoke, there's likely to be fire.